College Football 25 is an absolute broken masterpiece. It's exhilarating, it's fun, it's fantastic in a lot of ways, but it's missing a lot of things. But one thing in particular that not only I noticed, but I'm starting to see a lot of people in my comment section, and that's Dynasty. Look, Dynasty is the cornerstone to what makes college football 25 college football 25. You can do rebuilds in Madden and rebuilds in 2K, but there's something very, very special about the art and you know, game mode, game loop that is college football 25 Dynasty mode, right? You got the recruiting, you've got this idea, this feeling that you can take this small, minuscule program, right, and then kind of breed it and bring it up to a level. Breed's crazy. Bring it up to a level that they've probably never seen and probably will never seen in their whole entire life. It's exhilarating. It's awesome. It's fantastic. And for back in the days in 2006s, 7, 8, 9, 10s, that was a top tier thing, and it was an amazing thing. So I would expect after an 11-year hiatus, and what we can only assume to be about 11 to 5 years of development, that some things would be bigger, better, bolder, and everything else in between. But what we're left is a game mode that feels kind of empty, in a game that has a lot more bigger problems, but Dynasty needs to be at the top of those things. Look, we're gonna break this down into 3 situations. The first situation is customization, the second is gonna be sim logic, and the third is gonna be what I hinted at, that innovation. So stay locked in if you want to get in that. Again, appreciate y'all joining me today. I appreciate the new viewers. Leave a like if you're liking this video, dislike if you're already not liking it, subscribe if you want to see more videos. Let's hop into it. Number 1, cornerstone. I keep saying that word. I keep saying that because it means something, right? College football 25 should have been a layup, and seeing how much money they've already made, I think it was a pretty good layup. I shelled out the $100 just to play it a few days extra. I was so excited just to get my hands on this game. But one thing that seems to be very glaring, and I understand this has a bit of an explanation, but I feel like there's an explanation, but it's not an excuse. I get your explanation, I just don't accept. Similarly to when I had the conversation about high school being in Road to Glory, that video's coming soon. Dynasty not having customization is kind of like that kind of takes the whole thing out of it. That's how you get the hours and hours and hours of gameplay. That's how we get to the point of using, even though shout out to those people who did the college football revamp, they added whole nother life to that game. But not only just that, but doing other things and having the ability to customize. And hey, I'm gonna do a team of midgets, I'm gonna do a team of frog people, I'm gonna do a team of 6'9" Scandinavians. Whatever you're feeling that particular motion or that particular year, that particular rebuild, you can do it in a whole different way. College football is supposed to be the sandbox, the arcade, the fun time, where Madden might be a little more, a little more professional, a little more buttoned up. I feel like Madden people, it's known that that's like you're playing online. That's where Madden shines. They don't really care about the single player. That's not really where they put their money in. You're playing Madden if you're a MUT guy, if you're an online head-to-head guy, if you're a Nano Blitz guy. Whereas college football 25 historically has had a beautiful, amazing landscape for the menu merchants like myself, like a Bordeaux, like a lot of the bigger creators on this app, because what it allows us to do is really take this game and make it to whatever we want. Think of it Minecraft, think Machinima, the Red versus the Blues of the world, where these people are creating their own stories and storylines with Road to Glory, with Dynasty, and the customization, and just allowing me to, I don't know, change a few names, add some cooler wristbands. I know we can do some customization, but someone's in the comments, shout out to you. Your comment's probably in this video. If not, I'll put it. He was talking about you can't even do double wristbands. I didn't even notice that. We are in the honeymoon era, and things are starting to crash down really quickly. But I just don't understand how that's excusable for a game that's been gone away for 11 years. We're missing, another comment said that we're missing the ski masks, the what's it called, the shiesty mask and things of that nature. We were hyping up that hoodie that we'd already seen. And again, I don't play Madden. I saw that in like Madden 23, 24 on a little EA access thing. I was like, okay, so we're getting stuff that we've already seen in other games. Now, I think there are some new stuff, things like the scratch socks and the rolled up pads. Those are cool to actually have in game, not just to be on the yard. So I'm not gonna sit here and say that they didn't do some stuff, but it really feels like a Madden reskin. I'm super sorry that we've come back to this conclusion, but it feels like, hey, they released it before Madden, so then when y'all see the Madden gameplay, everyone who's playing college football 25 is gonna be like, well, either you're gonna call Madden a college football 25 reskin or realize they use uses the same exact engine as Madden 24. They just loosened it up, added a few more animations, some more bells and whistles. And if I'm being honest with you, I'm okay with that. Like that's why I'm pointing this out, because I'm okay with a Madden reskin, guys. That's fine, because you're reskinning with 134 teams and what should have been almost unlimited customization. Shout out to Team Builder, even though that website's having problems, that's having issues. I've already downloaded the Bishop Sycamore. I got North Dakota State, HBCUs. It's already added an infinite more teams. So where we're lacking in customization, because this game is supposedly going to have a supported life on the internet, hopefully the Team Builder things, those other customizable things can kind of make up for that. But I think it's really inexcusable that there isn't more customizability in game. Why are we dealing with, when we do Team Builder and we bring it into the game, why can't we choose another stadium? Why can't we? You telling me y'all couldn't have made proxies or assets with all the stadiums in the game? I'm fine with having all those stadiums, but just take the logos off of them. Y'all just couldn't do it. Y'all couldn't be bothered to do this big game where we have all these years. We're gonna let y'all customize all this stuff. We're gonna give you the same exact stadiums for Team Builder, and then you're just gonna have to deal with the Mississippi State thing right in there in the corner, even though you want to be Bishop Sycamore. Look, this isn't Dungeons and Dragons. I don't need to be immensely immersed. I'm not saying I need that, but can we get the bare minimum that we used to have? Can we, customize players, please? Continuing on, don't want to spend too much time. Number 2, awful sim logic. You're going to see some of these pictures in the background. You're going to see some of the comments. You're going to see a lot of sentiments online. And one of the biggest things is that there's no logic in the sim. Now, I will say there is supposedly an update going around, update coming out, that things are supposed to be a little more fixed. It's supposed to be a little more tuned. So this one is less of a harp and more of a, again, y'all had this much time. But it's not like there's a bunch of stuff. It's not a very dense game. It's just very fun in what it does, if that makes any sense. Does that make sense? It feels like a hollow game that's being kind of covered up by how amazing it is just to have college football back, how fun and how off the walls online head-to-head is, how insane some of the silliness with relations to Dynasty and these different look at these players. Joey Diaz, you can recreate the longest yard. Oh, I need to do that. I need to do I'm sorry, I just had a in my noggin, the longest yard Dynasty. That would be crazy. Going on to my final point, and this one, you can argue with me. You can say that I'm wrong. You can say this and that. But I think it's really the most important thing. All these, the customization, the awful sim logic. Wait, I didn't even get into the awful sim logic. I'm so sorry. What people are going to be complaining about is, in which you're going to see, good thing I got the pictures going on, you'll see it, is teams that are like 3-6 in the playoffs. Teams that are 3 and what, and I'm just making, I know these numbers aren't going to add up, all right? I can't do math, son, all right? That's why I'm yelling in a mic right now. These teams with these crazy records and almost FCS level, like these bums and Liberty and getting into the college football playoff. I saw Kennesaw versus Georgia the other day. That is a bare minimum thing, and that's what I was kind of getting to the point. Those customization and sim like, y'all don't have sim logic, right? Y'all can't equate that this more powerful team should be here, and a 3-6 team shouldn't be ranked number 1 in the nation. Is that hard? Is that hard? Is that a hard thing? I didn't know that was something that y'all could mess up, but I'm sure that doesn't take a lot to fix. I mean, who knows? Who knew? Apparently, there's a patch coming for it. That's what also I was saying. So hopefully, when the patch comes out, things are a little more situated. Number 3, and again, I think the most biggest thing has to be innovation. Like I said, I don't think that this game was in development for 11 years. I'm not that naive. I don't think it was in development for more than 4 years. I am hoping that they at least take 3 years, like at the bare minimum. It takes a lot of assets to get these things. They've been announcing it since 2021, so I can assume since 2021 there was some work that was being put into it. So where's the innovation? Where is it? Why is it that we're sitting here in a new game? We've gone through 2 generations of consoles, 10 other Madden games, unlimited resources. EA is now a juggernaut to the 10th degree compared to what they were back then. More resources, more firepower when it comes to the actual hardware running the games. I'm sorry if you hear that rat terrier in the background. I'm just going crazy. He's been barking for the last 17 years. And not only do we have all this time and all this resources, not only from the consumer, but also resources from you guys as a company, as the $billion backing in Brinks Trucks company. You're going to tell me that y'all couldn't add any? Can someone tell me what they added to Dynasty? I feel like they took some things away. They took away the amount of seasons you could do. Shout out to them for having a big, pool for the online Dynasty. That's cool. I mean, because who really need to do 50 years or 60 years or whatever? To be honest with you, I don't think, besides people who make content, who make that sort of sim content, I don't see how that can be even an issue. But did they add anything? They took away customization. They took away what else? I know you can. Oh, they added custom conferences. I'm so sorry, dog. You can mix things up. Something that a team of modders added to a 10-year-old game is one of the only main additions to the flagship cornerstone part of this historic game mode. I'm talking about in Madden 2006, 8, 9, 10. Like, this is, if you're new to the game of college football, if you think I'm just an unk being a little too upset who needs to, take some indigestion pills and calm down. Maybe I do. Maybe I am. Maybe I got a little bit. That's not the point. The point is that through the historical annals of college football 25 history. I said annals as in, look that up. That's a vocabulary word. Don't do that. Through the history of college football 25, now I'll try to wrap this up as that rat terrier is apparently getting poisoned and beaten horrendously. I hope you can't hear it. This is the cornerstone of the game. I know that EA thinks Ultimate Team is, but the people if they paid attention to the people who were asking for this game to come back, if they were paying attention to the different types of media and different types of videos that were being popular at the time, the hiatus of this game, they would know the importance of Dynasty. This, to me, them not really adding anything besides something that, again, modders added to an old game, it makes me think that there was no effort put into it. Just like what they've been doing with Madden single player mode for the last 10 years. Don't tell me about that long shot, slingshot, bing shot, whatever that garbanzo beans is. Don't tell me about the fake 2K creative player, my player mode that they made, where they again only had like one position you could play. It's always so pigeonholed. It's always giving you less and less and less. And I feel like college football 25, specifically with the Dynasty, and we're going to get into the other game modes too, but specifically with the Dynasty, with this much time, with this many resources, with this many ideas, with this many, ideas coming from the revamp team that you work with, the fact that we are sitting here with nothing new in Dynasty, nothing to add more gameplay besides the 184, 134 teams that are within it and the other team builders, it's sad. But it's par for the course because it's EA. So I'm not really mad about it. This is what EA does. This is how they get down. Before I wrap this video up, I do want to read one quick thing. This is just a good summarization. This was 8 days ago. Mr. Sad Yam 8287. That this post is also in the video that you're watching as well. But it says, "Hey, don't get me wrong. I'm stoked." Basically saying he's very happy. And these are some of his main gripes. And the only real reason I put this up here is because that I feel like this is a good summarization of a lot of people's struggles because a lot of people have gone through these things. So he breaks down some of the things, and at the very end, he gives like a little list of, hey, these are the things that are specifically problems. So not being able to edit ratings on auto-generated players, even though it explicitly says that you can do this when setting up your Dynasty settings. I didn't even know that. Sim engine and ranking system is pretty rough. That's fair. Custom conferences have a ton of glitches. I haven't come into any problems with the custom conferences. The only thing I've done with custom conferences is like put like a team builder, like a Bishop Sycamore or an EMCC. That's the only thing I've done, like putting them in a Mac or whatever. Had no issues there, but there you go. And then only allowing 20 users in Dynasty, despite being told that we can do 32. I think this is wrong. I think this is supposed to be 32 years. But this last one, Super Sim, crashes. Hearing from other posts, not from personal experiences, I'll tell you that sometimes, just in general, this game feels very weird and clunky in a lot of ways, and just doesn't feel like a game that we should have waited 11 years for. But look, man, I'm hoping that y'all are enjoying it. I want it to be stated that, just like I said at the beginning of this game, I'm having a great time. This is fun. This is great. But what we're not gonna do is, when we come around to college football 26, when I don't want to be a part of the next record-breaking year that they have. I got my college football game, and as long as they don't shut down the server somehow or do some magical 2K thing where I can't access my Road to Glory player, I've got my game for another 10 years, especially if this is the quality that they're going to continue to have. It's unfinished, it's fun, but it's just a Madden reskin. I don't know what to tell y'all guys, but get in the comments and tell me how you're feeling. What are your biggest gripes with Dynasty? What's the most fun you're having with Dynasty? Are you not believing the hype of the dishype? Are you believing the hype? Is this a good game, bad game, underwhelming? Look, it's underwhelming. I pay too much for it. I'm an adult, sadly, now. So I had disposable income to do it. I'll spend 11 years. But to be honest with you, if we're going back and looking at what this game is, despite the hype and the nostalgia from me being as old as I am, this game is not worth any of the money that I spent on it, to be honest with you. But y'all be great. Y'all be amazing. Y'all be breezy. And we'll see you next time, okay?